the Apostle Paul is an Edomite? What? And scoffers in DC. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shemi Al Shai Bashur Kakodash. There's a video, I didn't even get a chance to watch it because I did another video earlier and I had to step out. Put it by Vocab Malone. Paul was Edomite. It should be Paul was an Edomite. Paul was Edomite, says Shia LaBeouf, Shia Israelite. Now maybe he says that, but I'll let you listen to a little bit of it. Bring it back a little bit. This is why we don't deal with Jake. When Jake comes with some retardedness, we don't deal with him. All right.
So I did make an announcement past the out on Facebook, sent something called Star Wars. Essentially, their version of Super Chat, although any video, and then on Instagram, there's something now called GIFs, GIFs, not TS, okay? And on those GIFs, the only version of reels, and we've already tested the stars thing. Gifts. Need someone at some point to get up and say, hey, okay, yo, Rabbi Lewis, I got you here. Yeah, okay, there you go.
There's a guy, you can see, sound like a Jake. He has a Jake tone. Rabbi Lewis, Shia Israelite, says Paul was an Edomite.
Everyone, give me one if you can hear Rabbi Lewis. Rabbi Lewis, tell people about who you are in your theological journey before they get started.
That's the beginning.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Tell them.
As King Marshall would say, we ain't dealing with this foolishness.
Especially most of they want to say slow down for Allah.
Yes, I can.
Islam, my name is Rabbi Lewis. What about me? My background is psychology. And she laid out other talks, investment banking, and Arabic studies. What an honor.
Thank you for wanting to come on and talk about this today.
Based on him opening up his mouth, Rabbi Lewis, we already know where this conversation is going. If he rolled up on us and introduced himself like that, we already know we're gonna look at each other, and we're gonna read each other's mind. How can we get this nigga to walk on down the street?
When you say you're Shia, why do you say Shia as opposed to just Muslim?
Certainly. Wow, it's a big question. It's a big answer. You know, it's different. Just like there's different denominations. What we call Christianity, it's the same thing with Islam. Same super heat. You know, let's use musical terms. Let's overcome, right? It's different sects. You got Wahhabis, Sunnis, Shias, Bakris, CBs. You know,
okay, so, and you haven't always been a Muslim. Before you would just be a Hebrew Israelite, but now you accept both identities. Is that right?
Yeah, I think everything.
Okay.
You heard what he said. I was an Israelite, but I was studying Arabic. Now, I had did a video, I don't know, maybe a week or two ago, and I was going through Revelation 14 about the virgins, and I was explaining that the virgin meaning we're virgins, we're pure as far as other religions, Islam, whatever, the Moors. Now, even Apostle Ramla was speaking about this, pretty much the same thing about the virgin thing. I was watching some of the video. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it. It's impossible to watch all these videos. There's so many videos going up. There's videos probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 20 videos going up right now among GMS, alone. Because we're at the end. So, this is the time where you really raise hell with your mouth. So he fucked up when he said he was an Israelite, but he was studying Islam. So now he's kind of got a mixture of Israelism and Islamism.
Anything else you want to share before we get started here? I'm looking at the live chat. People are here. I'm glad that you guys are here. I think we'll have an interesting discussion tonight. So I just want everyone to know off the bat, I'm going to let him speak, but I am not claiming Paul was an Edomite. I think that contradicts scripture. I don't think it's right.
Yeah, but Vocab Malone has enough sense to know that Paul is not an Edomite. He has enough sense, so we give him credit on that. So there's only one bug out in this dialogue between two people. So we identified the one bug out.
However, Rabbi Lewis does. So
I should retitle this video how to spot a bug out.
I'll let him give his perspective on why he thinks that. And I just want to let you guys know, if you search on the internet for Paul Edomite, believe it or not, quite a few people claim this. So I know you guys might be like, well, he's the only one. Actually, he's not the only one. And so I know it sounds different and interesting to cover this, but remember, there's other people who wrote to it. Okay, go ahead. The floor is yours. Why do you believe Paul is an Edomite?
Wow.
Yeah, I want to hear this shit. I want to hear this.
Big questions with a big answer. I was going to talk about my website first.
You want to talk about your website first?
Yeah, the crop for the website.
All right. Well, I just hope people stay tuned in. Maybe we could talk about the website maybe a few times, like where we go back to it or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so he does want to talk about his website. I'll let him talk about his website.
Oh, by the way, I got the Netflix up, and I said, the woman king came up. I watched maybe how much? Not even 5 minutes, and I said, I can't watch this damn movie. Got this one scene of this woman. The fight scene in the beginning, you don't know who the man is and who the woman is. These women in this movie look so, what's the term? They look so grimy, black and grimy. And they got this one woman, and she looked like an old ass James Brown. Not to, no disrespect to the great James Brown, but she looked like James Brown. She ain't got no hair on her head, looking mean as hell, black as night. And they even killing other Hamites like they men. I said, I can't watch this fucking movie. I said, hey, The Woman King was in the theaters not too long ago, was 6 months ago, maybe a year at most. And it's on Netflix. That means it's not a good movie. Not a good movie. Like YouTube, like when they have a movie on YouTube that play in the theaters and it's for free, the movie ain't all that good. But then again, you got some actual good movies that are playing for free. But there's certain movies that are classics that you got to pay for. But I'm like, yeah, I can't. If somebody saw the movie, no to heart, you got to watch the whole thing. Then I may watch the whole thing. But I said, this is a turn off, man. Anyway, back to the video.
Briefly, everyone hang in there. I'm flipping over to the internet view. Okay, I've got your website on the screen here, Lewis, and everyone can see it. It looks like you've got an electronics store.
Yeah, I dropped it. So it's my new website. I started a couple months ago.
Okay. What do you want to say about it?
Yeah, you just put the link in the chat. You can shop at my store. We got laptops, iPhones, we got TVs, we got bicycles, all kinds of stuff. Website urbanlist.com.
And you're on Shopify, correct?
Yeah, Rabbi Lewis, what did you guys push up on?
All right, I will drop it in there. And I don't, I'm just now learning a little bit about your website, but I will say that I have heard good things about Shopify itself. You think I should jump on Shopify too?
I would advise that if you ask for my advice, sir.
I got you. Yeah, I have heard good things about Shopify. And does your website really have anything to do with your apologetics or your theology, or is it kind of just a separate business venture?
Separate business, but I had separate business.
Okay. And what will be the benefit of if people go there?
You're gonna have an awesome common reference. Welcome to the future.
Okay. All right. Well, we're showing it here on the screen, and everyone should be able to actually jump back over to it. Make sure that people can see it. And how long have you been on Shopify?
I had a story for this thing. It's a company called Pier One. This is where Pier One.
Yeah.
I want you to get to the point. Okay. Okay, so let's listen. Let's listen.
His book called Proof Muhammad Existed, Academic Response to Sports. And he never responded to me. He was very rude to me. He was like, "Yeah, Lewis, this was 3 years ago, right, guys?" He's like, "Yeah, Lewis, you haven't been customers using your books. Like, you're a troll, you know?"
Jay Fry in the live chat for the super chat for 2021.
Yeah, I wrote this book 2 years ago, brother. I just played Robert Simpson. It's faulty hermeneutic. Okay. Check this book out. It's an ode to South America. Very cool. We got the
24. Okay, that's the first thing you want to go to. Acts 24. Okay, I got it up, and I'm trying to bring it up here, and let me see if I can share it. Okay. Should be sharing now. You guys can't see my logouts, can you? Hold on, just give me a second. Here. Okay, there we go.
Can we do that? Can I see anything?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm a proponent of the 12 tribes terms. I mean, our vocab does not believe that natives Israel is also other descent, right?
Yeah, I do not believe that natives are Israelites. Correct.
Okay, I want to say one. Can I say one thing after we go forward? For like 20 seconds.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you should have spiritual the 12 tribes terms, right? Okay, you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
So the Mayans are from the tribe of Issachar, right? How do we know? The Olmecs were Canaanites, and the Mayans were from the tribe of Issachar. How do we know that? In the Levant, in ancient Levant, the Issacharites and the Canaanites were living amongst each other in the Bible. You know that, right? Book of Chronicles.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So the Canaanites in Levant were living. Canaanites and Issacharites were living amongst each other in the Levant. It should have spiritual the chart. Fast forward to the Americas, the Mayans and Olmecs were living amongst each other. Mayans are from the tribe of Israelites, and the Olmecs are from the tribe of Canaanites, Africans who came over here. That shows you how spiritual the chart is.
Oh, okay.
So now, so now he's into the 12 tribes chart. So obviously you've been watching one, or if not all of the One West, break off camps, splinter camps. So he's been watching us. When I say us, not necessarily GMS, but he could be watching some of GMS. He's probably familiar with GMS and IUIC, ISUPK, and so forth. So this man is completely confused. He's an Islamic Hebrew Israelite Rabbi, he's a rabbi. This is confusing.
Correct. They were natives. They were what you use?
Neighbors.
Neighbors. Yes, sir. They were They were neighbors in the Levant, just like they were neighbors in the Americas. Sometimes spiritual is the word.
Well, I'm waiting. The floor is yours. I'm getting this evidence that Paul's an Edomite. I have Acts 24:24 up.
Yeah,
and,
verse 24. Yeah.
You want me to read it to you?
Yeah, like
okay. After.
Just wanted to see this. This is put up by Mason O. You should also cover if Caleb was an Edomite, which he's not. The scriptures tell you that he was of the tribe of Judah, and his nephew, the first judge of Israel, descendant of Kenaz, grandson of Esau. Yes, there is a Kenaz among Esau, but there's also as Kenaz or Kenazite of among the tribe of Judah. You got to go to the what is it? First, it's in First Chronicle, if I'm not mistaken, in Fourth Chronicle. It goes into the genealogy of both Esau and Judah, and there's a Kenaz in both. Among the Edomites, there's a Kenaz, and among the Judites. Because guess what? Guess what? What language did the Israelites speak? Hebrew. What language did the Edomites speak? Hebrew. So they had common names. Grandson of Esau. This Kenaz has nothing to do with Caleb. Been waiting to meet and BHI to engage with this. Yeah, well, you're going to come up looking stupid. Let me try something. Let me try something. You got something over the Israelites. Okay, Kenaz does not come up at all. Let me try it this way. Kenazite. Let me try it this way. Nope. Maybe it's a. Let me try it this way. All right, let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. Let me go Caleb. Bear me for a minute. Caleb. Numbers 13:6 of the tribe of Judah, Caleb. Tribe means branch. Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. You come over here. Please bear with me for a minute. I want to go all the way to Chronicles. Let me try this. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, I put in CEN. Okay, Numbers 32, verse 12. Save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, and Joshua, the son of Nun. It says, save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. Let's deal with Jephunneh. Bear me for a minute. Okay, so we're in First Chronicles 4, verse 15. And the sons of Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, even Kenez, the sons of Judah. Kenez is of the line of Judah. Then there's another Kenezite that comes from Esau. Bear me for a minute. Kenez. Let me try Kenezite. Kenezite. Doesn't come up. Should come up. Okay. And the sons of Elah. These are sons of Esau. Kenez. So you got Kenez in the lineup or the genealogy of Judah, and you got a Kenez in the lineup of Esau, because Esau spoke Hebrew just like the Israelites. Oh my goodness! And then I straighten out this bonehead vocab, and he still, good pride, boy. That's what it's called, pride.
After some days, Felix came with his wife Drusilla, who was Jewish, and he sent for Paul and heard him speak about faith in Christ Jesus.
Time. So it says, well, Felix came with his wife Drusilla, who was Jewish. Now, it's called, ready for the question, right?
I'm ready.
The Bible calls Drusilla Jewish.
The Bible does call Drusilla Jewish, correct.
Here we go. You ready? Drum roll, please.
I don't have a drum roll, but I can give you a. Hold on. I can give you a. How about this sound? That's all.
There you go. Who was, I think of mine, Drusilla's called Jewish. Who was Drusilla's father?
Who is Drusilla's father?
Yeah, that was a headshot. Before we even get started.
Okay, I don't know who Drusilla's father was.
You don't know.
One of the Herodians.
Herod, Agrippa, Shabbat. Give me another one of those.
Let's look here what it says. Actually, what it says here is Drusilla, daughter of Agrippa, Jewish wife of Antonius.
Agrippa, which is Edomite, Herodian, Edomite.
And I'm looking now at the Lexham Bible Dictionary. Roman procurator in Judea during Paul's imprisonment. Felix and Drusilla heard Paul speak about Christ while he was held in Felix's custody. According to Josephus, Drusilla was the youngest daughter of Agrippa the First. She had two sisters, Bernice and Marianne, Antiquities 19. Drusilla was born about AD 36, was married at about 15 years old to Azizus, king of Emesa, Antiquities 20. Felix fell in love with Drusilla and sent Simon, a Jewish sorcerer from Cyprus, to convince her to leave her husband. Drusilla married Felix in AD 54. They had one son, Agrippa, who died in the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in AD 79 during Titus's reign. Antiquities 20. So you said daughter of Herod, but it says daughter of Agrippa.
Agrippa is Herod. There were multiple Herods, just like there were multiple.
One of the Herodians.
There were multiple Jesuses, like Barabbas. Barabbas, who was next to Christ. Remember when Pontius Pilate, you know the story, right? When he traded Barabbas for Nazareth.
Please forgive me, man. This is about as exciting as watching paint dry. But I'm trying to get to a point so I can speak on it. A lot of bug outs out there on YouTube.
What was that?
You talking about when they released Barabbas? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, you know Barabbas' first name, right?
Well, I know Barabbas being son of the father.
First name, though.
Oh, his first name? I don't believe it's mentioned in scripture.
Yeah, his name is Jesus. It's in the NLT, but they took it out of the KJV because it's through Jesus.
Well,
Somebody took it out.
You see, somebody took it out?
Yeah, it's in the NLT to this day. It says his name is Jesus Barabbas.
Let's see here. Let's see here if that's right. Okay.
Well, he just said there was. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
So
while he's doing that, Agrippa was Herod. Herod's son, great grandson. Agrippa is a Herod. He's a Herodian. Agrippa was a Edomite.
Oh, well, that's definitely true. Okay, so I have Barabbas. He's listed here in John 18. It just calls him Barabbas. Barabbas in Luke 23 at all. That's not really. I don't know if everyone can see this. I'll try to make it a little bigger.
Yeah, thank you, brother. That was eloquent. So, at any rate, Drusilla, whose father was an Edomite, is called Jewish. Yeah, so she's an Edomite, but she's being called Jewish. Whoa, what's going on? Why is the Edomite being called Jewish? You want to explain that?
Let me go to that. I don't know if he's reading from the King James. Jewish. Okay, let me look up Drusilla. Drusilla. Okay, Jewess. And after certain days, when Felix came with his wife Drusilla, which was a Jewess, he sent for Paul and heard him concerning the faith of the Messiah. So let's deal with Drusilla. Let's take out the word Jewess. It says religion, but let's deal with Drusilla. Let's deal with Drusilla. I mean, this is the history, so we don't have to know all this off the top of our head. Drusilla. Okay, the actual daughter of Agrippa the elder, wife of Felix, the governor of Judea, a most licentious woman. In other words, she was a hoe. Now, what it meant by being a Jewess was she was she they the Herodians practiced the law, statutes, and commandments, but they were hypocrites because they wasn't the people. What proves that is, okay, daughter of Agrippa the elder, wife of Philemon's licentious woman, meaning she was a freak, she was a hoe. Let's look up the word licentious and get the and do it again. Boasting and folly, they entice with licentious passion of the flesh men who have barely escaped from those who live in error. So let's look up the word licentious. Forgive me, this is like watching paint dry, but we got to cover everything. This is how you learn. I'm showing you how you, you know, build your knowledge on the scriptures, history. What the hell is it? Arrogant words, vanity, entice. Okay, so I think this is the word for licentious. Licentious meaning unbridled lust, excess, licentiousness, lasciviousness, wantonness meaning not disciplined, out outrageousness, shamelessness, insolence. It means she was a hoe. So she was going around calling herself keeping the Sabbath. Oh, the Passover's coming. Let me keep the Passover with my relatives, the Edomites, the Roman, the Herodians. This is why one of the Herods that took his brother Philip as wife, which is the act of adultery, John cursed them out, even though they were Edomites, because they were keeping the laws. Let's go to Philip. Let's put in the word Philip. 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 Wait me for a minute. You only got do you mean the word Philip? Yeah, the word Philip, that's what I want. Bear me for a minute. Bear me, I'm sorry. Let's go here. Let's go to the word charger. Please bear with me. Okay, so let's go to Matthew's 14. So now we have to go to, okay, at that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of the Lord and said unto his servant, this is John the Baptist, he is risen, okay? Because they were superstitious people, spiritual. Esau is spiritual too. Bear me for a minute. Wait a minute. Let me do it this way. I'm trying to get to the point. I mean, this is the story right here. I'm just trying to get to the point. Let me see if Herodias is mentioning other precepts. Bear me for a minute. Okay, I gotta go back. Okay, this is what I want. The Wadi Yahweh Shemal Shai. Key point is right here. I'm trying to get to the point. Please bear with me. Okay, but Herod the Tetrarch, being reproved by him, which is John, for Herodias, his brother Philip's wife, for all the evils which Herod had done. So John the Baptist cursed out Herod, which was having an adulterous affair with his brother Philip of the Herodian clan, and he was most likely the older of the two. He took his younger brother, I would say. It doesn't give you the ages, because his name, he like you have a Joe Senior and a Joe Junior. So I would think that this, you got to go more into it. And Herodias was married to Philip, but this guy was popping his brother's wife, and John cursed him out. But why did John say, well, he's an Edomite, I'll leave him alone? No, because they were saying that they keep the law, they keep the Sabbath, they keep the Passover. So John said, man, you ain't keeping the laws. That's adultery, man. And he was afraid of John. Remember, the Herodians were afraid of the Herodians. They were afraid of John the Baptist. They were afraid of the Messiah. Was it one of the Herodians that wanted to meet? Oh, you got the Messiah. I want to meet him. I want to meet him. So let's do this. Let me do this. Let me do it this way. I mean, you got the point. Let me do it this way. If I had my red letter right in front of me, it's somewhere in the corner. I would pull it out and go to the precepts. So bear me for a minute. Okay, so this is Luke 3 and 19. Anticipating this, this should be on the passage. We learned that John had reproved Antipas for many crimes, and that Antipas was so convinced of his holiness. It's talking about the Herod, that Herod, the brother Philip, the son of Herod the Great, and just as habitually to listen to him with pleasure, and after paying earnest heed to him, was greatly at a loss about him. We learn further that he resisted the constant urgency of Herodias to put him to death. Because he didn't want to put John to death because he knew John was a man of the Lord. But John the Baptist cursed him out for committing adultery. You say you're a Jew, you say you practicing the laws, and you commit adultery, you should be put to death. And he feared John for saying that. But the wife didn't, she was a hoe. She was nothing but a hoe. The reproof was of course based on Leviticus 18 and 16, Leviticus 20, verse 21, and was perfectly uncompromised. Matthew 14 and 4. Give me a second. Matthew 14 and 4. But John said to him, it is not lawful for you to have her. You know what I got to do? This is what I was looking for. It's good to go to these commentaries because they'll give you precepts. This is a good one, but this one is better. See, they were calling themselves Jews and keeping Sabbath and high holy days. And they were doing everything that the Jews doing, but behind closed doors, they were being wicked. John the Baptist beheaded. This is where I went to in the beginning. Okay, at the return, at the time Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of the Lord, he said unto his servant, this is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth himself in him, because they understood resurrection, even though they were Edomites. It says, and remember, back then you had Edomites keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why you have to go to the history. Christians don't understand this. It said, for Herod had laid hold on John and bound him and put him in prison for Herodias' sake. And it was actually Herodias' daughter, what was her name? Shalomi, that danced. And he said, anything you want, I believe up until half the kingdom is yours. So she said, Mother, what do I ask for? And she said, tell him you want John the Baptist's head on a silver charger. Sake, his brother Philip's wife. For John said unto him, it is not lawful for thee to have her. And when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude because they counted him as a prophet. Oh, but wait a minute. Didn't John fall off? John fell out the truth. No, John was a prophet. That was Elijah. This is for you, alert to ISUPK. ISUPK. John the Baptist did not turn his back on the Lord. John the Baptist was a forerunner before the Lord, and he was supposed to be taken out that way. John the Baptist is the fulfillment of Malachi, what is that? Malachi 4, 5, and 6. Anyway, I proved my point on that. Let's listen to a little bit more.
Where is Drusilla called an Edomite in the Bible?
It's not. It's in history.
Yeah, because she came out of one of the Herods. Drusilla did come out of the Herods and married Felix. She was the daughter of Agrippa. And she's also mentioned in the scriptures, Drusilla. Let's go back to that. Let's go to Drusilla. Bear with me for a minute. Drusilla. Acts 24:24. And after certain days, when Felix came with his wife Drusilla, which was a Jewess, someone that practiced the Lord. She was an Edomite. Let's deal with this word, this name, Drusilla. And she was a super freak. She was stepping out on Felix. The daughter of Agrippa, which was an Edomite. So that made her an Edomite. If Agrippa, the Edomite, or Herod Agrippa of the Herodian clan, if she's the biological daughter, then she's an Edomite that was calling herself practicing the laws. Wife of Felix, the governor of Judea, a most licentious woman, meaning she was a super freak. Because they were all a bunch of freaks. What is that? Isaiah 20, what is that? Isaiah 26:10, I believe. Somebody read that. And uh, um, this kind of went over vocab's head, but there's nothing wrong with that because you can't know all the history. That's why you got to reference the history. You can't know everything in the book of Josephus, everything in the Apocrypha. You can't remember everything. That's why you got references you go to. So this confused Israelite, he's going to try to say, well, see, she was an Israelite. That means no, she wasn't. She was an Edomite because the Herodian dynasty were calling themselves Jews. That's why they had the position by the Romans as being Herod the Great, being king of the Jews. He wasn't no king of the Jews. He was an Edomite. How you gonna be? As Ariel would say, High Priest Ariel, how you gonna be king of the Jews when you're not a Jew?
You're saying
You just Edomite brother. Now you're gonna
Oh no! I'm just talking about Drusilla now. I just asked you. All I asked you was in the Bible where is she called an Edomite. I was just saying where she's called an Edomite, but I'm not disagreeing with her lineage. I'm just saying where she was called that. You're just
she was an Edomite because of her father Agrippa, Herod Agrippa.
saying she is an Edomite. We know that because of her family tree. But here in the Bible, she's called Jewish. That's what you're saying, correct?
Right. So
okay.
when Paul says, I'm a king of the Hebrews, I'm from the tribe of Benjamin, that's inconsequential because the Philip who's openly Edomite is called Jewish. So that means nothing. These people were converts. Give me
hold on. Can I ask you? You said these people are converts. Who are these people?
Yeah, give me Romans 16:11 real quick.
Well, okay, but I'm saying you're saying these people are converts.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive into that now. Give me Revelations, Romans 16:11.
He's going to say that Paul was a convert. He really wasn't an Israelite. This man is a bug out. Anyway, I'm tired. I'm going to close this. Matter of fact, this is what I'm going to call it. Let me see. You got bug outs. Bug outs. in Israel, should say among Israel, among the Israelites. You got bug outs in Israel. You got a lot of bug outs. I don't know if that's double G. Let me try it this way. Double G. I'll change that if I have to. You got a lot of bug outs in Israel.